All right, so now you're getting ready to play in front of the fans in Rochester, but I guess first take us through that first game and the bye week and maybe, I mean, how much are you really getting to interact with the teammates here with kind of a slow start with lack of games?
Yeah, well, it definitely got thrown in pretty quickly. Quick turnaround from getting traded Thursday, and then Friday morning flying out with the boys. So got to know them pretty quickly, and spent a lot of time with them that weekend, and it's pretty nice that we practiced midweek as well. So Tuesday nights get to know the boys and get a little more familiar with the system and with everyone on and off the floor. So it's been great.
Any story that your name pops up in over the last 2 weeks, Ryan Smith's name pops up as well. What does it mean for you guys? I know I've gotten the chance to talk to you off camera, but with it rolling, what does it mean for you and Smith to share a locker room as professionals?
Yeah, it's really exciting. Something we dreamed about as kids, and grew up together and been through kind of everything together. So we didn't think we'd really get this chance until maybe a little bit later in our careers, but to kind of get it started nice and early and hopefully build a nice foundation, it's really exciting.
Is that something that quickly gets normalized? Like, hey, the first game together is under your belt. Now we're just kids like we were all the time, or is it still going to feel surreal? I don't know if it being a home game makes any difference.
Yeah, I mean, it might take a little bit of time. I know the first game it was really weird, and I know in the article he mentioned that it was weird seeing my name and number on a Rochester jersey, and I kind of thought the same thing. Like, right at the start, I was like, this is a little weird playing with Smitty again. Just didn't think I was gonna get that chance. So, it still feels a little surreal, but I think coming a little more normal now as the weeks go on.
I would imagine being Ontario kids, it's probably a little easier to commute to Rochester than it is Saskatchewan. I don't know, were your families able to be at that game, or will they be here tonight?
They weren't for that one, just because it was such a quick turnaround, but they'll be here tonight. I think they might be there in San Diego. My parents like to fly a lot. My mom's a flight attendant, so we get the free flights, which is nice. So they make pretty good use of them. They'll fly around to a lot of games, especially the home ones. They'll be here.
So I guess getting away from that topic now, let's talk about just you individually. You had a 4-point outing. You, Smitty, Hazer, pretty much everyone said that they know you can do even more than that. So what are you looking to get out of, I guess, the second game with the Knighthawks?
Yeah, just definitely a little more comfortable within the systems. Just comfortable to be a little more confident and make more plays. I thought it was a solid first game, but it was maybe a 5 out of 10. Like I wasn't very happy at the end of the game with myself personally. But I thought it was a good game, just kind of get some of the jitters out, help the team a little bit and build off that. So definitely gonna play a little more confident, a little more creative, kind of back to my roots and how I like to play, a little free flowing.
Take us back through the process again. When did you first know that you were getting traded? Like, how'd you find out? Like, how long before you got traded did you know that this might be in the works?
Well, I heard a lot of rumors going around last year and over the summer. So going into this training camp, I didn't really know what to expect. I just assumed I wouldn't because nothing happened up to that point. But for some reason, when I got the call on Thursday from Georgia, I knew before I answered the call what it was going to be. I don't know why. It just maybe a sixth sense. I knew right away what it was going to be just because leading up to that week, I also heard some rumors as well. So I didn't really know where, but I heard some things floating around a little bit.
And certainly with a pro athlete, like getting traded during the year, there's a lot of craziness. And you said you found out on Thursday, you're on a flight Friday, you're playing on Saturday. Can you just kind of walk us through that 48 hours of what that was like, and like what's going through your head this whole point of, because you're prepping to play for Georgia, and then all of a sudden you got to refocus your brain. I'm playing for Rochester, but they're in Western Canada playing this week. So can you just walk us through that 48 hours of what was it like?
Yeah, it was definitely a whirlwind. It was a mix of emotions. I was really excited to be traded to Rochester. Great team, great coaching staff, great players. Young, and so I was really excited for the opportunity. But it was a little bit stressful. I had to get in a bunch of documents, all my my passport, travel information, personal information, changing my visas. Now I didn't do all that stuff, but I had to get the information in. And I didn't have my equipment because you leave it in Georgia. They have their own locker room, so I didn't have my equipment for the game. Had to sort all that stuff through. So it was definitely a little stressful. But it was kind of nice because I didn't know any of the systems. I didn't know anything like that. So it kind of gave me the opportunity to have a little bit of excuse to just go out there and play. Don't worry too much about the X's and O's and trying to learn all that stuff. So yeah, it was a little stressful for sure, but it was exciting.
So all your stuff was in Georgia. What did you use for the Saskatchewan game?
So they put together some equipment for me. Dauber went out and bought me shoes. I had my game stick, which was nice. But other than that, they supplied everything. I used Dan Lowe's gloves.